Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 5, When the Going Gets Tough. Well, this episode opens in Janelle's apartment. She and Savannah are there, and Janelle is cooking and lamenting about how she misses having a big kitchen. Now, I can't remember the last time she would have had a big kitchen because she's coming right from the fifth wheel or whatever they call the RV. So that had to be an even smaller kitchen, I would think, than this apartment. But yeah, I mean, it's been a while. In her confessional, she also says that she had the biggest fight of her life with Cody before Christmas and that she hasn't told anybody. Now, last week she said she told her kids on Christmas Day, right? So, or Christmas Eve, I don't know. So that's not exactly true. I guess she just means none of the other adults. Although who would she tell, right? Christine, I guess. Maybe she just means Christine because Cody knows she had the fight with him and Cody told Robyn, and I'm sure Janelle knows that Cody would tell Robyn, and they told Meri. So I don't really know what she means. Side note, many people have said this already, but this show, at least season 18, is like 90% confessionals and, 10% a scene with two or more people like actually doing something together. I mean, it must be because they just really aren't interacting with each other in real life. Either that or, I'm unclear with the COVID. I don't even remember. This is now January of 2022. So, I mean, still a while ago. I don't remember where we were at COVID-wise, but it doesn't even matter because this family is so fractured. I just don't know that they would be spending much time together regardless. So Janelle tells us that she's been thinking that she needed another piece of furniture in her house. Really? In this house? The one you're in right now? The tiny apartment? Is it because Savannah only has a wooden chair to relax in? I don't know. Anyway, Christine is coming over with a giant beanbag chair that she doesn't want anymore. She bought it with Cody. She never even liked it in the first place. Janelle did, so she's giving it to her. But honestly, unless it's going to double as Savannah's bed, I don't know where she's going to put that thing. There is stuff everywhere, similar to Robyn's house. The difference is that Janelle is trying to live in a, 900 square foot home, and Robyn has filled every inch of her 5,000 square foot home. I'm estimating, by the way. I have no idea how big either of their homes are. I'm just eyeballing it. And also, Janelle does not appear to have wall agoraphobia, which is the fear of wide open spaces on your walls that Robyn seems to be afflicted with. Robyn is offended by more than an inch or two of bare wall showing. Okay, wow. We now see Christine rolling this giant beanbag chair down the sidewalk and shoving it through Janelle's front door. I mean, she's wrapped it real good in like saran wrap or something, but I don't understand why she didn't just take the beans out, put them in garbage bags or something, and then bring it in that way and just refill it in the house. It's so big, too. It's not like a normal size beanbag. So Christine says, I have an idea. And Janelle's like, okay, I'm in a townhouse, right? Well, my neighbor on the other side of my house wants to sell. And I think it would be great if you and Savannah moved in to the other side of my house. And Janelle's like, well, honestly, if Savannah didn't have to finish school, I might do it. And Christine's like, seriously? Like she was, half kidding. I think she would love it, but also I think she knew it wasn't practical. And also, she's still married. So they haven't really had that discussion yet. Anyway, Christine's like, your whole house could fit into my living room. Ouch. Okay. She's saying that because she's like, it's only $400 more a month. In her confessional, Christine said, I know Janelle won't really move to Utah, but I do know that her living situation is hard. And when I moved to Utah, I just felt so much freedom. I want that for her. Yes, but it's not Utah. It's not having Cody in your life that, lightened your load and made you feel freedom. And, she can do that in Flagstaff too, if she wants to stay or whatever. Janelle tells us that, like, in plural marriage, they don't get divorced. Now, side note, Christine did, because Christine said that she no longer believed in the faith. So to her, they were divorced. Not technically, because they weren't legally married. So she didn't have to go through a legal divorce. She just declared herself divorced from Cody. But Janelle said that when a husband and one of his wives aren't getting along, it takes a lot before they will actually, do something about it. But what they do is something called a release. And let me just say, Christine feels very released, I think. Divorced and released. So for some reason, Janelle is very conflicted about leaving Flagstaff. She said she's very attached. I mean, like I said, Flagstaff looks beautiful, but so does Salt Lake City. I'm not sure I guess Gabe and Garrison, did they live in Flagstaff? Maybe. So maybe she just, her 3 youngest are there and she just still wants to be near them because the older kids aren't. I don't know. And to be honest with you, I don't think any of her kids are in Utah. I think Logan is still in Las Vegas and Maddie is in North Carolina. So yeah, I get it. There's really no reason for her to move to Utah. So now she and Christine get to chit-chatting in her very tiny kitchen. They're both just standing in the kitchen. It's a weird place to film, and I'm not sure why they aren't sitting on the couch or the new beanbag chair. But they're just standing there. But she tells Christine that she has talked to Cody like once in the last couple days and nothing like since before Christmas. And she's like, really? So Christine asks Savannah if she has talked to her dad. And she said, no, I haven't spoken to him since my birthday. Christine is shocked. Her birthday is the very beginning of December. And it's the middle of January now. In her confessional, Christine's like, she lives a half hour away from Cody. Why? Why are they still living there? She wants Janelle and Savannah to get away from him. She's like, I am so furious with this whole situation. I don't think he realizes that it would be so easy for him to fix this. She's like, God, just see your kids. Make a phone call. Yeah, I feel like Christine is like all of us at home. She's having the same feelings we're having. In Cody's confessional, he's like, Christine and Janelle have banded together and they've shattered my world. So I'm in a place where I'm separated from my children because they kicked me out of my home. Well, no. First of all, Janelle didn't. I mean, not until like a couple weeks ago. And stop acting like because your wife kicked you out of the house, you can't have a relationship with your children. That's ridiculous. Well, this is the reason why. Cody, I don't have the emotional fortitude to be able to reach out. I'm not even knowing what to do or say. Okay, 2 things. 1, that's bullshit. Emotional fortitude to be able to speak to your kids? And 2, you told Meri you did reach out. I believe what you said was, I reached out to almost everyone. So which is it? Now we get the phone works both ways speech. They could call me too. Gee, Cody, I don't know. Maybe your kids don't have the emotional fortitude to pick up the phone and call you. Just grow up. You're their dad. So Cody says the producer must have asked him about Savannah because now he said, yeah, I'll reach out to her and I'll bring her Christmas. It'll be late, but eventually it'll happen. Awesome. Will it include a dirt bike? Anyway, back at Janelle's, Christine gently asks Savannah, how are you doing? And she said, I don't know. I'm angry at him mostly. I was really sad, of course, at Christmas. He's my dad. But now I'm angry. Christine goes, no communication over Christmas? And Savannah goes, no gifts, no nothing. Now, I guess this conversation is for our benefit because, Christine, you were there a couple days after Christmas. You guys were at the Airbnb together, you and your kids, and you brought your kids over to his house, and Savannah didn't go. And Janelle is in her confessional, she goes, yeah, no gifts? That's what really made me mad. I don't understand that. He didn't even send a gift back with Mykelti, Isabel, and Truly when they came back to the Airbnb that night. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of gross. And honestly, I'm sort of surprised Robyn didn't even do anything about that. Like, at least buy a little something. And then when the girls left that night, say, hey, would you guys, give this to Savannah? But, not even a phone call. I don't get it. So Christine just said, I just think he's in a really bad place. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Now, that was for Savannah's benefit because in her confessional, Christine said, if Savannah wasn't here, I would not be so calm. Christine is like visibly upset right now because she's remembering when she was in this exact same position with Cody, and she hates to see Janelle and her kids there now. She said she wants to scream. Okay, next, Meri says that Robyn called her and she's on her way over and she just wants to talk about, the first Christmas without Christine and everything. When Robyn pulls up, Meri's out there shoveling her driveway. I wonder if she's going to allow Robyn into her house. Nope. After hugging it out, they're now sitting 6 feet apart outside. It just couldn't be more uncomfortable. It's cold. She's shoveling snow. Meri's in, I don't know, maybe she's having hot flashes. Meri is in just a sweatshirt. But yeah, concrete slabs. And as bad as that sounds, still more comfy than what Meri had to sit on at Robyn's house, which was basically two planks of wood. It was a weird makeshift bench. It was like 2 stone blocks and then some with Cody probably stretched 2 planks of wood across there. And it just looked bad, really bad. All right. So Robyn says that Christmas was tragic to her because the whole family was not together. We cut to Christine's confessional where she brings up that text thread again that the kids were having about the gift exchange. And she said, there was a lot going on in that thread. A lot. Again, I'm dying. I am dying to see it. Aren't you guys? Wouldn't you guys just love to have, somebody print it, please. I would love for one of the kids to be like, screw it. Here you go. I want to see every single entry. So anyway, Christine's like, at the end of it all, Robyn was like, I'm done. This is an effort in futility. And then a couple of days later, she and Cody decided they weren't safe anymore doing the sibling exchange. Well, Cody and Robyn weren't in the sibling exchange. Did she mean Robyn's kids? Maybe. Back to Robyn and Meri. Robyn goes, I wanted everyone at my house at Christmas, but I didn't want a fight to go down between the boys and Cody. Okay, then why don't you tell your husband to keep it in check for Christmas? I know you know how to make a deal. You did it for your earrings. Cody had to be in a good mood and jolly from Thanksgiving to New Year's for you to say, okay, I won't wear my earrings. I'm sure you could have thought of something, right, Robyn? Maybe tell him he won't be your best customer until he agrees that he won't get into a fight with his sons at Christmas time, like an idiot. I don't believe her. Christine's like, the reason we didn't all get together for Christmas is because at the end of that text exchange, there was an obvious divide. Then Robyn tells Meri that Isabel, Truly, Mykelti, and Avalon came over for, second Christmas. And Meri's like, what? I knew it, you guys. I was like, oh, Merry Christmas, Meri. You're not good enough for second Christmas. Meri knew nothing about it. She's like, wow, I didn't even know Isabel was in town. Yeah, and also Mykelti and Truly, and Avalon, Mykelti's baby. And, Gabe, Garrison, Hunter, and Savannah. They were in town too. But I guess you don't care about them? I don't know. Meri has, this was never on the show. This is also just, stuff you hear on social media. But I guess Meri's a bit of a tyrant. Some of the adult children talk about her being very mean, possibly some corporal punishment type stuff going on. And yeah, I guess, I don't know, didn't McKelty used to work for her with her LuLaRoe stuff? Maybe they had a falling out. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's weird to like some of the children and not all of the children. And also, your buddy Robyn didn't invite you to Christmas 2.0. Are you mad at her? So anyway, after she says, yeah, Isabel was in town. I didn't even know that. Robyn goes, you didn't? There isn't a lot of communication. Mary's like, no, guess not. In her confessional, Meri goes, I don't even know why Robyn's telling me this. It's hurtful. Robyn's downplaying it now because she knows she put her foot in it. And she does not want to lose Meri. Meri's all she's got. So she's just like, yeah, they came over for second Christmas. I was just going along with everybody else. But it was weird. It's really, really weird. Was it? Why? Why is it weird that some of Cody's other children want to see him at Christmas? Why is that weird? I mean, I guess that is pretty weird. I don't know why any of them would want to see him with the way he's been acting. In her confessional, Robyn basically throws Cody under the bus. And this is why I don't trust her anymore. Because I think I used to believe it all the time when she would say that something was Cody's idea. Like, for example, moving to Flagstaff. In her confessionals, Robyn did a lot of like, I don't want to move. And once we do move, I don't like moving a lot. And once we do, I make Cody promise we're going to stay there. And I don't want to keep moving all the time. And you guys, I just thought of this. That's why they're not paying off Coyote Pass. Because Robyn doesn't want to move again. I mean, I know I was thinking that might have been the reason, but now I even more think it is because I'm remembering that she just said she hates moving all the time. And she made him promise they wouldn't do it again. She knows that before she came into the family, the entire family moved like 12 times. Like, I'm not kidding. Maybe not 12. I don't remember, but something like that. She wants to stay in her house. She's got a few more inches of wall space to cover. She's not quite done. Anyway, now she's throwing Cody under the bus because she's realizing that Meri's hurt, but because she told her about Isabel coming. So she says to Meri, yeah, it's frustrating because I couldn't control it. Yeah. And because Robyn controls everything. If she's saying this is something she didn't control, who else might control it? Cody. She's just serving him up on a platter. It's not Christine. Christine has no obligation to Meri to tell her that her kids are in town and they're visiting Cody. If Meri wants to call Isabel, she can call her. Phone works both ways. In Cody's confessional, he said, Meri and I don't function as a married couple. We're amicable, but we're better as friends. Yeah, friends that you never see or talk to. And also, I never give a single thought to Meri's feelings, so Robyn tells Meri that she's still trying to figure out why Christine left. Like, why are some people saying that the relationship was fractured for a long time before COVID? Okay, again, not hard to crack the code here, Robyn. Some people is Cody. Who else is telling Robyn that Cody and Christine's relationship was fractured long before COVID? Christine? No, she doesn't talk to Robyn. Meri? Meri doesn't know. Robyn's telling Meri right now. Janelle? No. Cody. Some people. And also, Cody's not going to tell her the point when things really fell apart was when she joined the family. I mean, yes, it's true. Christine has been jealous since day one. I never understood why she wanted to be a sister wife. Plural marriage is not for you, Christine, and it's really obvious now. But I could have told her that 20 years ago. You don't want to share your man, and that's okay, because most of us don't. I don't know why she pretended. Anyway, they talk about this big fractured family. Meri says that it wasn't perfect, But, I think we did not too shabby in the beginning. Christine, in her confessional, says, we all worked together at the beginning because we all loved the idea of this big family. We loved the idea of 4 adults raising all of these kids together as brothers and sisters. Janelle says in her confessional that when they went public, which is also right about the time Robyn came to the family, that the family never really settled the same way after that. She's not exactly blaming Robyn. She's kind of trying to blame it on going public, but, it might be both. So back in Janelle's kitchen, Christine is trying to figure out where Janelle and Cody stand as a couple. Janelle says it's pretty much done. But then she thinks about Cody and the way things used to be and the way he used to be. And I just don't know, she says. I'm not sure. But she does know that she's not going to go back to the way it's been. She said that her kids have always noticed how much more time he spends with Robyn than her. But Janelle said, I was always okay with it. Yeah, we know, girl. We know. He's a lot. Cody's take on, everyone's complaint that he spends more time or too much time with Robyn is that that's only been since COVID. Prior to that, he went equally to everyone's house. Okay, already we know that's a lie because he never went to Meri's. But he's like, they're all trying to make it seem like it's been the past 10 years, like since Robyn joined the family. And it's not. It's only been since COVID. Janelle tells Christine that she still believes in plural marriage and that she, might choose it again. Christine is just like totally skeeved out by it now. She's like most of us, like, oh, absolutely not. She literally said, I can't understand anybody choosing it. Yes, now you know how we have all felt. All right, back to Meri and Robyn. Meri's like, it's weird because early on, Cody was so attentive to Christine. She said, I can remember a Christmas where he bought her all these presents. Like it just, and this is for Christine, and this is for Christine, and there's another one for Christine. And he bought nothing for Meri. I mean, this is pre-catfishing days too, by the way. Nothing for Meri. And Robyn's like, ugh. Yeah. What can you say? There's no way Robyn can spin that. Meri goes, I remember, like, at the end of that day, Janelle was like, oh, there's something in my room. And Cody goes, oh, yeah. And then he comes out and he gives her a hoodie. She made it sound like it was unwrapped. It was, probably in Janelle's laundry basket. I don't know. I don't know the details, but it didn't sound good. And Meri's just like, yeah, Cody, too little, too late. Yeah, Meri. And you're talking about something that happened, 15 years ago? What would make you stay with that person? And you're still staying. Now, clearly the producers have asked Cody about that incident because in his confessional, he's like, oh, I don't remember that. He's smiling. I think he wants to laugh. He's like, I don't remember that, but that's certainly a place where resentments build. Yeah, you think? Christine also remembers that year and getting all the gifts. And she said, I asked Cody later, why did you not buy something for Meri? And he said, well, you have that gift certificate you're giving her. And I'm like, that doesn't mean you don't buy her a gift. You still have to get her something, Cody. She's your wife. So now Meri says to Robyn, okay, I have a secret. This is before you join the family. Robyn's like, okay. Cody and I have always had a roller coaster relationship. This is what she's doing with her hand. What kind of a roller coaster does that? I mean, this is a roller coaster relationship. She's pawing at something. So anyway, she said it was a roller coaster. It's always been. Although I would dispute that. Unless this is just like a roller coaster that only speeds downhill. And because I don't think I've ever seen this part, at least not in the last 18 seasons. So during one of the bad times, he told her she was getting all this extra time with him. He's like, I'm with you more than Janelle or Christine. So she started to keep track. She goes, not of where he was when he wasn't with me, but of his time when he was with me. And it turned out that his time with me was less than a third. Robyn, it's really funny that you have that secret because I have that same secret too. No, you don't. I don't believe her anymore. There was a month or two in Vegas where Christine was saying that Cody never spent time with her. And I remember thinking, that's really weird because he doesn't spend time here either. So I started tracking it and I found the same thing. He wasn't with me as much. I kind of don't believe you. But then Cody in his confessional said, yeah. So there was a month, I did an experiment in Vegas. For 1 month, I was with Christine for 25 days. And I had 3 other wives complaining, but she quit complaining. I was testing to see if this person would be happy, and she was. And it worked. Well, cool experiment, bro. You could have saved yourself some time and asked, I don't know, anyone, anywhere. If you spend more time with the person who's complaining, you don't spend enough time with them, they're going to be happier. I would have thought that he was going to say something like 1 month, I spent 25 days with her and it still wasn't enough. Like that would have been an experiment to say, look, Christine, you're still not happy because I spent all this time with you and you still weren't happy. So, nothing's ever going to be enough. Like that's an experiment that I would say worked. This, I think your experiment, Cody, failed because it proved that if you spend more time with Christine, she'll be happy. What am I missing? Gee, it's funny how a wife who loves you wants to spend more time with you. I mean, other than Janelle. Let's just say I don't think she was complaining that month. She was probably like, I don't think I've seen him in weeks. This is great. I get more done. I have free time. I'm watching what I want to watch on TV. I get the bed to myself. So yeah, Christine's confessional goes, yeah, for 1 month, I got him as often as Robyn got him for the other 59 months. What? 59 months? Oh, God. Does she think there's 59 months in a year? What is she talking about? Is she counting the time Robyn's been in the family? Does she count it in months? No, that wouldn't even make sense because 60 months is 5 years, so she's been there 10. I don't know what she's talking about. Oh, maybe this was 5 years after Robyn came into the family. I bet that's what she means. She got him in 1 month what Robyn got the other 59. Oh, God. That's pretty savage. That's funny. Christine's like, because he wasn't at Janelle's house either. And we all know he wasn't at Mary's. Oh, ouch. Happy New Year, Meri. Nobody thinks he's spending too much time with you. Anyway, Cody explains the reason that he spends more time at Robyn's house, or the reason why he did. I guess we're talking about Vegas. It was because Robyn gave him like half the garage and she gave him an office in her home. So all those times that the other wives thought, oh, he's with Robyn, I wasn't with Robyn. I was either in the garage or in my office. That wasn't Robyn time. Robyn tells the same story. Yeah, they always assumed we were spending time together when he was at my house. My kids struggled like crazy, feeling like Cody wasn't around. Oh my God. How do you think the other kids feel? And also, welcome to the downside of plural marriage, by the way. Those first years when you were trying to convince the world how wonderful it was and how functional and great it was. And now we all know that the kids suffered. They didn't get enough of their dad. But Robyn complaining about it, that's rich because your kids have another dad. Their biological father. The older 3 do, anyway. So, the rest of Cody's kids don't have a spare dad. Robyn, they talked about it all the time. How he was always with the older kids. Yeah, I have a secret too. Well, maybe it's not so much of a secret because I said it earlier, but mine is that I think Robyn is a liar. I think she projects onto her kids that they're outsiders, that they don't fit in with the others, and that the others don't like them as much. I don't really think her kids were bothered by anything until she told them to be. I believe she told them it was unsafe to be in the sibling gift exchange. I don't think that her 3 older kids all decided on their own, yeah, I don't want to be in this anymore. I don't believe that for a second. And I could be dead wrong, but I think Robyn is a liar. And it's like, my eyes are open this year. Christine said, yeah, Cody would come over about 5 or 6 in the evening, even on weekends. I don't know where he was all day, but he wasn't at my house. Christine also thinks that Robyn knew that Cody was at her house more than anybody else. And I think that's what this whole, office and garage story is now. I think they can't dispute it, that he was clearly physically in her home more than anybody else. And so that's why I think it was kind of, they had to say, well, he was working, that's his home office. But also, it doesn't mean Robyn couldn't come and bring lunch to her best customer and give him a little hug and a kiss in the middle of the day while he was there, stuff like that. Or even, for God's sake, forget the romantic stuff, just having him there to ask him questions or schedule something or get his opinion about something. All of that. She got that too. So, Robyn tells Meri that all she ever did was try to have a relationship with Christine. And all she would ever say to me is, I'm just jealous. Yeah. And I would say, here comes the waterworks, if her eyes weren't completely dry, but here comes the dry cry. Yeah. We now get the speech about how devastating it is to her that she could never get Christine to like her. It's heartbreaking. Oh. In Christine's confessional, she's like, yeah, we did therapy together, all of the adults in the family. And I do remember some of those sessions because they were, on the show. And Christine said, and I was honest about it, that I thought Cody preferred Robyn. He denied it. She denied that he was with her more. So back at Meri's. Side note, can we discuss for a second how big Meri's house is? Now, look, I know she's just renting it. She didn't buy it, but it looks almost as big as Robyn's house, right? I mean, from the outside anyway. We're never allowed inside either of them. But yeah, I'm not sure why one person needs that big of a house. Look, if it's her LuLaRoe money, then she can do what she wants. But if, she's taking it from family funds, then that's really not fair to Janelle. In her confessional, Meri tells us, Robyn's been asking me a lot of questions about how Cody and Christine's relationship has been and what is she missing? We cut back to Robyn when she was like, unless it's a deal breaker, I don't understand. You figure things out. You work on it. You go to counseling. And Meri's like, only if both parties want to. Robyn, yeah, big sigh, she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders. It's her problem to solve. I guess so. First of all, Christine considers herself divorced. She lives in another state and she is living her best life. There's really nothing for you to attempt to fix there. It's over. Now, if you want to work on fixing Janelle's relationship with Cody and Meri's relationship with Cody, have at it. Good luck. Don't think you're going to get very far. But at least they're not living in another state. They haven't moved on. And, I don't know if she has her new boyfriend yet, but probably. So, Meri gets it. She's like, whatever Robyn believes doesn't matter. Robyn thinks it has to be some big deal breaker, but it doesn't. It has to be that Cody and Christine both want it. And it's between Cody and Christine. It's not Robyn's problem to solve, even if it was solvable, which it isn't. Robyn's now trying to pretend she too felt like certain people were more important to Cody than she and her kids were. No, you didn't. You're just trying to prove the point that plural marriage is hard for everybody. And, you felt it too. Oh my God, Robyn, let it go. She's like, I just can't figure out what happened with Cody and Christine. Stop. This is like when OJ vowed to never stop trying to find Nicole's killer. Honey, look in the mirror. It's you. Yeah, Robyn will search high and low to uncover why Christine and Cody couldn't make it work. What could it be? I'll tell you one thing. I have a great place for her to start. Christine's diary room confessionals. Yeah, she spells it out pretty clearly and has been over and over again. Anyway, again, Meri's probably like, let me out of here. Oh, wait, we're at my house. Again, she's like, unless every party wants to make an effort, Robyn. Where did it go? Where did it go? I don't understand. Oh, she's so mad. Meri now is like trying to suggest anything she can think of. Now she's like, maybe it's because the kids are older now. We don't need each other as much. Everyone's kind of going off and doing their own thing, Robyn. Yeah, well, I'm not done. I think she means like her kids are still young. Well, 2 of them anyway. And Meri goes, well, I'm still here. Like, what the hell, Robyn? So Robyn tries to squeeze some moisture out of her eyes now, and she says, I don't care who got together where for Christmas. That's just a cheap version of this family. I hope she's not referring to Janelle's apartment and that 3-foot tree, because that's not right. No, she goes on. This is her in her confessional because, again, 90% of the show is just confessionals. She goes, I don't care how many presents you give or how many special foods you make or how many fancy houses you rent. Okay, now I know that is not referring to Janelle. Who is renting a fancy house other than Meri? Oh, I bet she means the Airbnb. That didn't look that fancy, though. Okay, here she's actually wiping her dry eyes. I mean, your makeup's fine, Robyn. You don't even need waterproof makeup, and it would be perfectly intact right now. Side note, I will feel really bad if she has like some condition that prevents her from producing tears. Then it's going to be a big oops. Sorry. So she's like, yeah, it's all a cheap version and a broken version. And these kids, they know it. What kids? Who is she referring to now? Janelle's sons? Anyway, Meri is trying to delicately let Robyn down easy by telling her it might be unfixable. It might be. Christine's already engaged to someone else. She said, listen, Christine left and the kids all gravitate toward her. Janelle's boys even said, whatever Christine is doing for Christmas, that's what we're going to do. We cut back to a confessional of Cody's, and he feels like he's given too much at this point. Even with the lack of emotional fortitude, he has given too much already, and he has no more to give. What? Oh, God. He alone can fix this. Christine would love to get to a place where they can be, amiable and spend the holidays together, the whole family. She's like, I thought we could do that, but I see now that was naive of me, and it's just really not possible. But if Cody would swallow his pride, invite all of his children over, tell them he loves them, he misses them, stop doing stupid like buying expensive gifts just for Robyn's kids, because that's wrong. He could fix this. Not with Christine. She's gone. Leave her alone. But he could fix this with his children if he wanted to. And that's where Meri is right. Both parties need to want to. And I'm not sure if the kids want to. I know the kids want their dad to want to have a relationship with them. Does that make sense? Like they want their dad to care about them enough to call them no matter what, even if they're in a fight, even if they're mad at each other or said some words to each other, they want their dad to call. I believe that. I also believe that this family broke apart because Cody stopped caring about Meri, then Christine, and now Janelle. And he appears to be uninterested in their children as well. So Case closed, Robyn. I solved the mystery. Okay, the next scene is in Salt Lake City. We're at Christine's townhouse, and her daughters, Aspen and McKelty, are over, and McKelty's daughter, Avalon. And Christine's there with Truly, and they are planning Christine's 50th birthday party. They decide on a 50s theme, kind of a sock hop, whatever. There's going to be a soda fountain and an ice cream station. Christine tells us that Janelle and her kids are coming, but she's not going to invite Meri or Robyn and, of course, Cody. But any of the kids that she's still in contact with are welcome to come. McKelty's like, okay, so Grandma Janelle, your ex-husband's mother, is a no-go. I think Dad's best friend is a yes. Christine goes, I think it's a no. Christine just said, like, it feels weird inviting Cody's mom, but I love her and, his friend and everything. Like, she gets along great with all these people, but because she's not inviting Cody, it feels weird. And yeah, it's weird. So now they're teasing her about, should we invite a certain celebrity? And in her confessional, Christine's like, this is so dumb. I'm going to blush. But yeah, Christine's got it bad for Shamar Moore. She just thinks he is the most beautiful man she has ever seen. I mean, he's attractive. She goes, when he says baby girl, I just melt. Okay, in the next scene, we are with Meri. She's in the car. She is driving to her B&B in Parowan, Utah. Her mom had been running it for her. I think I talked about this before. I might not have. This is a home that has been in her family for generations. It left the family. It got sold to somebody else who turned it into a B&B, and then they were selling it. Meri wanted this home back in the family, so she bought it, and she's running it as a B&B. Her mother was running it for her because, again, it's in Utah, and she lives in Flagstaff. But as those of you who watch the show know, Meri's mom passed away last year. Since then, her friend Jen has been kind of picking up the slack and running it when Meri's out of town. But this back and forth, Meri's like, I love to travel. Like, I'll listen to audiobooks and stuff. But this is getting to be too much back and forth. She also has her LuLaRoe business. So what she's doing is she's moving the LuLaRoe business to Parowan so that both of her businesses are at least in the same place. And then she's going to be spending a more concentrated amount of time in Utah working on both of her businesses. In her confessional, she said, it's a big move, I know, and I don't know what it will do to the family. Maybe nothing. Maybe they'll be like, peace out. Sayonara, bitches. Maybe. Oh, sweetie. Cody will help you pack. Robyn will cry, but, that's to be expected. Her life will change drastically. She's going to go from a monogamous marriage with a girlfriend who just hangs around all the time, keeping Cody from expressing his romantic tension, to just being in a plain old monogamous marriage with romantic tension 24/7, undeterred. Robyn, you're going to have to keep pushing those men's trips if you want a break. But again, Meri knows what's up. She says, I'm afraid to tell Robyn, but I'll tell her first because I know she'll care. And Cody won't give a flying rat's ass about it. Yeah. Again, why stay? Your religion cannot want you to be in a loveless, miserable relationship. That can't be right. I'm not a religious person, but, I can't imagine God wants that for you. But I'm happy for you now that you're making this decision. Okay, wait. So now she's making it clear that she's not leaving. She's not leaving the family. She's not leaving Cody. She's just spending more concentrated time in Parowan, with both of her businesses being in one spot now. Meri, why? Are you still going to be renting that ginormous house in Flagstaff? Because that's another stupid expense. Even if it is your own money, it's dumb. Get an apartment in Janelle's complex. You could live near her. I mean, if you insist on not leaving Cody no matter what he hopes will happen, then at least, just stay in a small temporary place. Now, in Janelle's confessional, she's like, things are obviously very, very broken between Meri and Cody. And Meri just keeps holding out hope. Even Janelle is sad for you, Meri, and she lives in a shoebox with a teenager and a giant beanbag chair. And she's sad for you. Let that sink in. Oh, God, Cody, shut up. In another confessional of Cody's, I'm always hoping a marriage is viable. With Christine, she complained for 15 years. She just left. We never got a chance to fix it. Yeah, because she complained for 15 years, Cody. Should she have waited another 15 for you to want to fix it? I mean, it's not like you guys got in one fight and she was out the door. She stayed for 15 years. Unhappy, it sounds like, if you're saying she was complaining the whole time. Anyway, he's like, Meri and I have taken the time to vet whether or not this would work. It's not just a leave. Okay, but you've taken the time to figure out if this was going to work. It seems pretty obvious to me that you've come to the conclusion that it won't. So now can she leave? Or should you maybe suggest it for her? I mean, I know in real life they made a joint statement. They have separated. But, you saw the writing on the wall for many, many years. It really feels like what's going on with you and your wives is like some sort of bizarre game of chicken, or who's going to blink first. We're both sticking it out until the other one cannot take it anymore and leaves. Sounds fun. In Meri's confessional, she's like, I'm well aware of the fact that Cody has conversations about me and he's been obvious about his non-interest in me, but I'm not leaving because he's never had that conversation with me. He's never said that to me directly. So until we have that conversation, I don't think it's fair to end it. Holy moly. Not fair? Who are you trying to be fair to, Cody? Because if you really want to be fair, you'll go to Parowan and you will never come back. We end this episode with Christine's confessional, where she said, I've watched Cody string Meri along for years. It was mean and cruel. And he would have done the same thing to me if I would have stayed. Yeah, he would have. You're absolutely right. And Meri, I mean, all I can say is she's a grown woman and, she can make her own decisions. So anyway, that wasn't the best episode, but we have some good stuff coming up. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please consider doing so. And if you click on the bell icon, you'll be notified every time I post something new. If you're an Amazon shopper, I am an affiliate. I have links in the description box below. You can pick on any one of the links. You don't have to buy that item, but as long as you stay logged into Amazon, anything you purchase within an hour, I will get a small credit for it. It doesn't affect you at all on your end, but it does help me out. That's it for me. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.